Hello guys, Master Monster here. So I wanted to go over a deck thing. I've been making like a list thing of my decks, just so I can keep track of what I've kind of settled down for, as far as what's good and stuff. Just so I can look at a deck and say, well, was this deck good? Did it do what I wanted it to do? So a lot of my decks right now are good. I've tested them out a bit, not extensively, but the deck I want to show you is one I've just kind of been playing and I've tested out kind of extensively. It's a Yin deck. I've heard a lot of people talk about the Yin, saying you should just keep up with the other carries. Back to she, where's she listed at? It's in here. I can never find her. Still didn't say. Wax Palace Wall for them. Imagining the city in ruins. What the hell? No, I guess it doesn't say that anymore. Did they remove that completely from the game? Maybe they did. I guess they don't have the classifications here, or I just don't know where to find them. Like Marauder and stuff, Sieger and stuff like that. Anyways, so I have two Yin decks. I have a Yin carry deck and a mid-off survival kind of deck. The Yin carry deck's alright. It's quirky. I'll show you that one too, but we're gonna be looking at the gameplay from the Yin off in the video in the description. I chose Death in order because what is she's at? I guess I kind of wanted wards. Trying to remember. Oh yeah, order had. Why did I pick order? I have no clue why I picked order for this deck. But it works, you know. It does give me options for wards. I think that was part of the reason why. I also think I really wanted this for some reason. I don't know. It's like a pretty good card. 25 damage and 29 attack speed. Or it has a lot of good attack speed cards. I decided to go pure health and attack, agility, vitality, and agility. I have so. Well, let's where to start off. I just kind of threw this in here. You don't need this. I just threw it in because it's, let's face it, there's no. That's like the only pure agility card of any sort of worth in order. Which I'm hoping they do more. Because mostly everything in order is intellect and vitality. I mean, if you look at that, it's almost all of it. I guess order does have Knight of Ash here. But that's like a 13, that's like a mid, depending on how you play, if you get rid of all your stuff, it's like a mid to late game card. I could have switched it out for Yomi Guardian, which would have made me a lot more tanky. 300 health and 36 basic armor. Could have done that. So there's other things I could put in besides that. But I just kind of want to put this in. It does give your minions 150 max health and 40 move speed. So there's that. This is, again, you don't absolutely need it, but it does give you in that attack speed. It's good if you're going up against anyone that can apply slows. It doesn't do anything for stuns, unfortunately, but that's alright. And then this is one of the the things I thought was kind of necessary, because I am running the lifesteal gem and a few other cards that would definitely put me over. So I gain a shield for any healing above maximum health at a 20% maximum shield, or 20% shield of my maximum health. So this definitely keeps me alive. It definitely helps. Plus the attack speed and the damage on this is really good. You get more damage but less attack speed, but for Yin that doesn't really matter. And unless I'm going up against even if I am going against a Morgesh, I can just whip her hives back at her if I'm on my toes. So that's the order. I could switch out order if I really wanted to, but I kind of like it at where it's at right now. And then in depth we got a call of the week because it's help out with that minion farm, especially in the offlane. I have structure rush. This is saved and got secured me killed many times. It's a great card for dodging basics, moving in, getting your last a minion under tower, and moving back. And then after a few playtests, I put in Possessed Brykin because it's a great 3-cost early game power card. Usually 6 power and 120 health and 12.5 health regen. Like I said, it helps a lot with the other thing, less healing towers. This will give you like a lot of early game health regen. In fact, in certain games when I'm actually not being pressured so much in the offlane, I actually don't. I think it was this match I'm about to show you or one after it. I shouldn't have got Possessed Brykin because if I don't need to, I don't think I should get it. But health regen is always nice. It's always nice to look at your health bar and see it just ticking up, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm back in fighting condition. Obviously Guard Piercer, just because I'm kind of more focused on survivability with this deck doesn't mean I don't want to be able to switch out for damage. I was running Swamp Stalker, but I couldn't seem to get away from my teammates enough to make this kind of usable and viable. And I had a lot of things up here that required like 4 and 6. And so I didn't really feel like I needed it. Woundseeker is another great card of you can actually tell when it's securing you kills because you'll go from dealing like 120 to straight up 200 damage to opponents. It's great for when people are running phases, and Gnar bashes that might be trying to just keep their teammate alive once you hit them in that. And I guess it's the attack speed on it too, but once you hit them in that what is it, critical wound? I don't know, is that like under 20%? I don't know if their screen has to flash red. I don't know what critical wound necessarily is, as far as health percentage, but definitely it will help you finish off kills. I've had a lot of people think they can take me down as Yin, and I'm just no. You'll see the Sparrow. I think it's a Sparrow in this game. I end up super over leveling her. It was ridiculous, and we killed her a few times, so that's about it. She wasn't really. I don't think she was really going for last hits, and so I killed her. Got Numbing Rogue in here for a lot more tankiness. If they're running a Wukong, I think Debuff Aurora is great. And it's by 25%, so if they're not building much attack speed, it won't matter anyways. But I don't know, that's changed out. I can change any of these out really, if I want. And I'm running Starbuck Initiate. I oftentimes forget this, but this is kind of like my ability health kind of counter. I can easily. There's been many times, in fact, in this game where I said, oh yeah, I forgot to build, late game. I got my gems. I forgot to build late game with 3 ability or 3 intellect, and so yeah, I end up killing Kalaris anyways, so it's not like that matters. And then Vampiric Blade, obviously, because Yin's cleave is massive. I actually don't like this that much because I don't build. I think Vampiric Blade is kind of bad on Yin, as far as actually using the ability. It costs 100 mana to use this damn thing, and Yin, even late build, only has like 400 mana. So I don't really like it on her with this particular build. But for gems in this particular game, I think I might change my gems up here. But I have Wealthy for the gold farm, which really helps. Wealthy is kind of worth it, but not last hit. So let's face it, 3 gold per last hit. Even when I got 300, I can get around 200 last hits. That's only gonna be about what? It's not gonna even equal 1,000, I don't think. Even with 200 last hits? No. Maybe. No, not even. Yeah, so anything that doesn't equivalent a skill point as far as these things go. I hate that you can't see the gems, by the way. I hope they fix that the update coming out tomorrow. But I got the lifesteal, and then I got duelist to kind of make me more tanky. When I first made this deck, I decided to make her more tanky. Healing towers and armored, so I can go into combat with 125 shields plus my 20% my maximum shield. So it's kind of nice. Just helps to be more tanky. Those are my gems. Actually, I don't want to change the gems in this deck. I actually like that. I thought I wanted to, but then I'm like, nah. And so this is kind of a quick overview of the deck. Even split with the gems. I have improved health for Jin. I guess to kind of when I'm running away from combat, well, out of combat. Yeah, this is just whenever you're out of combat, you don't have to wait. Unlike armored, you don't have to wait. It's as soon as you're out of combat, you start regenning. I've actually never gotten this. I played a few times, I didn't get it. I was working towards it. I was like 1,000 away, 2,000 away from getting it, and we just ended the game. So that's my Yin survival deck, and the offlane. She's pretty good actually. So let's look at my Yin carry deck. So my carry deck's gonna be a little bit odd. And at first it might seem kind of bad, but that's not. So I run her with Tower Strider and Call of the Week again, because why not? Tower Strider I think is really good, especially for even rotating. If you just kind of, when you're going through like mid jungle or something, just kind of step on her tower and step out. When you go back to the fog wall. Run God Piercer again. These are just kind of bread and butter cards. Woundseeker again. But that's, I think, is that it? Is that it? Yeah, that's it. And then I also have Demolitionist for Siege, just to get some extra damage on the minions early game. I could probably get rid of that, but I'm not. Got True Sight, so I can take down Kalaris. I have Nitro Boost for speed. This is I loved using this deck. I only played like 1 or 2 games, but it was amazing. So even though I took that green card in the beginning, I think it's only to get healing towers. And I think I have one other card that requires green mana, or green it's not mana, green vitality affinity points. So I got a sprint. This thing saved, the time I played this deck, saved my life a ton. Helped me rotate the lanes, protect towers. Execution Dash also saved my life a bunch of times. I actually purposely try to run these two together on my Yin and just farm with these two. It makes me pretty hard to kill when I can sprint away, and then if you put a slow on me, I can just dash out of there. I have Glycerin Dawn. Because this is a mana heavy Yin, even though Yin isn't mana heavy character and she doesn't start off with much mana. I wanted to be this burst. I wanted to make this bursty Yin. When you have cards like Glycerin Dawn that can instantly put out 150 plus 15 for every hero level ability damage and burn them for 200. And you have cards like that and Death Crawler. You could make if you could put enough into intelligence and put those both on, you have an instant like kind of burst damage. You hit them with Glycerin, maybe one of your abilities, and then you hit them with the Death Crawler, or it's not even called Death Crawler, it's called Grinning Spectre. Grinning Spectre looks really cool when you shoot it. I don't know if anyone's seen it played. It's a high buy-in cost, but it's like a little crawling hand kind of. And that's what it looked like when I saw it, at least for an extreme period of time. I was playing a game with my friend. We were on Discord. I'm like, hey, dude, you got this thing crawling after you. You might want to run. And so I got heavy hitter for powerful strikes. And then what I really wanted to do, the main reason I went into it, basically the only reason I created this deck, is unstable spells. So when casting ability, damage nearby enemy heroes for 8% of their current health as ability damage. It's only the current health. I thought it was a max health. Whoops. But yeah, I go in on people, and I at max level, her whip crack does you can activate that every 3 seconds. So you're shutting off 8% of their current health every 3 seconds. It's only 25 mana cost. This gives you 210 mana. That's like 8 whipcracks, right? Yeah. So yeah, once I hit 9, I generally I can stop and start putting. But I'll go 4, 9, and then I'll start putting in until I can get like heavy hitter, or maybe even just so I can get my blitz rush. And the one thing about this deck is I could just put in enough so I can get this nitro boost and blitz rush, run those, and then put more into intelligence until I can get maybe a fireball for even. And then by that time I'd be doing tons of damage. And these both give you attack speed as well. So and then I'd have one extra card space if I put in Glycerin Dawn. I could still have Nitro Boost. I thought about putting Fleet Sandstepper in because it's a passive 8% while out of combat and a passive 4% while in combat. But it's not that much. Although I just realized it doesn't increase it by a unit, it increases it by a set amount. So combine Sandstepper with Nitro Boost and like a movement gem would actually increase Sandstepper's speed. That's actually kind of crazy. I didn't realize that. Anyways, this is the deck. It actually it can work very well. Obviously when I'm popping off all my abilities when they're at full health, their health kind of drops. I've dropped Kalari's health down from full to like half, and then with some basics of basically pretty low. I didn't get the kill. I didn't get many kills. I didn't get many kills at the end with this deck, but it was nice to see like sparrows and stuff lose almost all their health. I lost a 1v1 against a sparrow. If I had cracked my weapon on a deck, that would have been alright. But yeah, Onslaught and Blade Turn. Just because when I'm casting abilities in people's face, Blade Turn is nice to say, hey, I'm not going to take the next basic from you if I can reflect a basic attack and then stop the next basic attack. That was my reasoning behind Blade Turn. That and there's not really anything else I want in here. I don't need daily mana. It's because the mana I get from the card I put on, the unstable spells or whatever, gives me plenty of mana. I'm not a caster, but I'm running her like a burst damage dealer that relies on her abilities to deal damage in an odd way, I guess. I don't know. So Blade Turn just seemed like the best thing, and I wasn't thinking I was gonna get 13 in most games. So obviously Onslaught to keep throwing down more and more, keep my abilities going, but also just throw down my ultimate more often, especially against ranged carries and getting free reflect damage. Ruthless, I'm putting ones in. You don't need starting gems. I think if you plan on going for the late game, starting gems aren't really necessary, especially if you can, especially since the starting gems kind of phase out and becoming important in the mid game. So deal 2.6 ability damage. This is my rare Ruthless gem. I actually haven't seen any other rare gems. I found this in a pack and I was like, why is this fun? I'm like, oh, it's bigger and it does an additional like 0.4 or 0.5 more basic damage, which could matter, I guess. Definitely helps. Mana Generator, obviously, because the end's gonna be swinging like a crap ton. And this will just basically make it so I never have to go back for mana. I mean, it's only 25 mana for a whip crack, and I'm usually not constantly using mana. I only ever use my mana when ever use mana period when I'm near someone, except maybe the wave clear one. I don't even know what it's called. The one that extends your whip range. I use it for wave clear, but other than that, I don't use my mana until enemy heroes are around. Got the piercing basic. I wanted to do as much damage as possible, and I got Bounty Stalker. I feel like a lot of people go for crits, but I feel like Bounty Stalker, this deck wasn't as focused on Sweet Speed as my other deck is. So I was like, okay, we're playing Bounty Stalker. It gets 1.2 attack speed and 0.9 power. That's almost 1 damage. I don't know if she scales more than, I don't know if it's a 1-to-1 ratio or what. But you can get up to 10 damage and what's it gonna be, like 12 attack speed? Might be 12. I think it's 12. On someone. I don't know exactly how good this is in comparison to like critical hits. It only is a 9.2% to do 46 crit damage. And I don't think I have anything that gives me a higher crit chance than that. I don't know if 9.2 is the baseline or if that's kind of upgrade or not because of the random rolls on these. But I have a lot of critical hits. I actually wish I could re-roll some of these or get rid of some of them entirely. I mean, look at this. I got health and mana regen on this one. And I don't know, some of these just seem redundant. There's not in this one, but there's a few I have ones that are basically the same. 63, look at this. 60 and 2.2 health regen and 63 and 2.3. Now, this has become dumb. Like, why would I use this when I can get 0.1 extra health and 3 extra health? And so I think they should do something to kind of make it so I don't have to see these basically dulled down versions. Like, why? I should probably put that back on. Whoops. Why would I want to see any of these? I need something to do with these because I don't need these anymore. I don't need these ruthlesses. They don't give me any stat boosts. In fact, things don't start giving you stat boosts until you hit 7, which I guess is kind of an investment choice. That's the ability they give you. But why would I use any of these? So like I want to be able to melt these down. Maybe a trade up system where you can combine the same gems together to get a new one. Something to kind of, you know, use the gems we have too many of. I mean, I have 2 fast travels, 2 wealthies, and none of them are different from each other. But that's just something else they need to think about, really. But yeah, this is my carry deck. It's a little bit odd, but it works, kind of. I think I have to agree, she just kind of underperformed as far as the other carries go. I mean, even Zareth is a beast, and Yin, and she has a survivability too, and Yin's kind of at this weird place, I think, where she's super, she can be pretty squishy, and her escape isn't even that great. I mean, let's face it, the whip kick isn't doing her any favors. Especially when you try a whip kick on a minion that's charging the lane, it doesn't really get you anywhere. I think they need to increase the effectiveness of the whip kick, and maybe that's about it. I don't know. Maybe whip kick effectiveness, and maybe like count like 2 milliseconds on her whip crack. Just because I feel like with a little bit of like server lag, that, you know, like kind of unnoticeable. Not that unnoticeable. I don't know. If someone's base attacking me, I'll try to whip crack, and I won't hit the whip crack. You kind of do it before it hits you, but like just before. The reason why I like Yen so much is the whip crack. I like noping people, especially I've faced a few Zinxes that have stunned themselves because they decided to throw a predictable boomerang at, or it's not boomerang, that's Drongo, who isn't even out yet, which is gonna be great for Drongo. Think about reflecting that boomerang back in his face. I don't know if you'll be able to, would that work? I mean, it's a projectile, I'm sure she can reflect it back, but would it reflect back, deal damage to him, and then come back to you? Because Drongo's boomerang goes out, comes back, but you can reflect it before it goes back. I don't know. It's interesting. I wonder if you can reflect his tear gas too. Morgash throws her hives. I'm thinking about Drongo and Yin right now, and Yin might be a really good counter to Drongo. I mean, he shoots out rad rounds too. I mean, Yin can't reflect all those rad. Well, she could put down her ultimate and catch the rad rounds. Oh my gosh, Yin might be the perfect counter to Drongo. I'm thinking about it now, because she can use her ultimate to catch rad rounds, and then reflect them all back in his face, deal massive damage. Hopefully. hopefully when you catch the rounds, they don't lose their ability to, you know, explode at someone. I don't know if you can get the shrapnel cannon in your thing too. I don't think that'll be a thing. But Yin might be able to do some stuff with that. I'm pretty sure Yin won't be able to do anything with his ultimate, but with his basics, his empowered basic, especially the powered basic, as well as his boomerang. I'm gonna love playing Yin when Drago comes out. Especially if Drongo takes like the safe lane and I'm gonna off. Oh, that's gonna be so good. I don't want a pinky. Ow, my ears. Anyways, this has been the stat. Kind of a quick talk. I might buy Mastery for Yin. I'm having tons of fun playing her, cleaning house with her. So I got Masteries for right now. Wraith and Howitzer Beam and Yarbash. Oh, yeah, whoa. I haven't played much Bellico since V42, I'm not gonna lie, and I haven't played any Twin Blast. In fact, the only reason I have is things because they give it to you. And I kind of stopped playing Sevarog altogether because his stacks are kind of hard to get now with so short game time. It's hard to get stacks built as high as you used to. So yeah, not impossible, but still it's kind of tough. Oh, look at this! I was so mad when this happened. Like 2 XP to level 3. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? I got mad at that. I was like, oh, I'm gonna level up, and then I stopped at 2. I'm like, what? Anyways, this is Deck. Look in the description for the video of the gameplay, and thank you guys for watching. Comment down below what you think, what you like to run with Yin, if you even use her at all. Maybe anything else you think about other heroes and their viability in the current game state. I'm not gonna say meta because I don't like metas. I don't like talking about it. I feel like people get too wrapped up in metas and what everyone else is doing to do whatever they do. 6% nerve ash win rate,